The prospects are so great. The potential, be it financial or reputational, is huge because success in this competition brings so much. And the supporters are here to take it in for themselves and to drive the team on. Truly, this is crunch time. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Maguire gets over and intercepts. Fernando Torres. And Torres! Oh, that was no routine save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And we have our very first corner. They've played it short. Manchester United have the chance to go the other way. Gabriel is being told in no uncertain terms that this will be his final warning.
He just needs to find the control button on his aggression before the ref does it for him, Peter.
Still goalless. Rodri. Rice. Nicely weighted ball. And this is Forlan. Here comes the corner. This their second corner of the game. And it's been taken short. He's tried one! And he has produced there the crispest of hits.
Yeah, it didn't come off, but you can praise the drive and the application. It was beautifully hit.
Manchester United look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And it's Rodri. Now it's Torres. Lovely pass, but can he get there? For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Now it's Torres. Scholes. Can he finish? There it is!
Look, there are always tactical adjustments for any coach to make at half-time, but when your star man gives you a critical lead just before the break, everyone will be paying extra attention. It really is the ideal tonic.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Manchester United can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass and a tricky one at that.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now and the other has to tone it down.
And this is Scholes. Palmer. Maguire. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
And we are already promptly back underway.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down.
Up he goes! Smashing delivery, just didn't do enough with it.
That definitely had the element of surprise to it. Clearly came in when no one was expecting it, and it was drilled.
Rice. And here's Torres. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Torres showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Forlan. Manchester United claiming a corner, and the referee concurs. Corner number 3 coming up. Cleared away. And now a sudden chance to counter. Van Dijk gets it away. Not the most convincing of passes. Your impression so far, Jim?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
Scholes is offering some sort of an apology there.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Simon's cross.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
And that has left him in a heap. Now it's Torres. And here's Forlan. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay? Simons!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
75 minutes played. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Nice sequence of passes. Torres! Off the post! And that could come back to haunt them.
Such a good opportunity, Peter. I hope he doesn't end up regretting that miss.
White. Now it's Okazaki. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now that looks a decent ball. And a chance! No mistake! And surely now, the result beyond doubt. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself. Manchester United are sitting pretty, 2-0 up. Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Now it's Simons. Cross in. Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given penalty. Manchester United have themselves a chance from the spot. Eyeball to eyeball with the goalkeeper. And that's one back. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
Well, he dipped into a world of focus then and dismissed any distraction.
And that is that. Manchester United can justifiably find this a hard one to swallow.
Ask me twice because the table is crawling with nonsense, and I won't say yes second time, cause I downright nearly lost my mind. Put it on the table, don't you ask me twice because the table is crawling with questions, and I surround myself with good these days, cause the trouble will take you far astray. Far astray. Putting me down, not picking me up, yeah. Giving or just kicking a can down the road. Telling me yes when it really ain't it. And I don't wanna stay in this place, no. Bringing me down, not picking me up, yeah. Giving it or just kicking a can down the road. Telling me yes when it really ain't it. And I don't wanna stay in this place, no. So I put it on the table, I won't ask you twice because I'm grown and up with.
Well, it is a nervous time, but these are positive nerves. The prospects are so great. The potential, be it financial or reputational, is huge because success in this competition brings so much. And the supporters are here to take it in for themselves and to drive the team on. Truly, this is crunch time. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So we're up and running. One of the most eagerly awaited games in football. It never lets us down. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Yeah, Bernardo Silva. He's a real box of tricks, Peter, with a super first touch and a really nice, silky smooth dribbling style. He's also got an eye for a telling pass, and he's a more than decent finisher too. What we don't usually comment on is his phenomenal work rate, and that will be a standout for this team over the course, I can assure you.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Bernardo Silva in acres of space out wide. And he's there to clear it. And reclaimed it in a trice. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Tomiyasu might just make this. Tomiyasu has it out wide and in space. Gets his head on it! There's a goal! There is the breakthrough! He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, he's certainly happy with that after what's been said in the build-up, you know.
And the pass is intercepted. And they'll start all over again with the goalkeeper.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Threads one in. Son Heung-min. Now, and he shoots! And it's in! And they're at it again in double quick time. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
He gets big! It's a goal! Back within one! They have them in their sights again! It was wonderfully efficient.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
And this is Son Heung-min, and he was alert to it. Xavi Simons gets good distance on it. Ambitious ball here. Oh, that pass isn't the best. And the whistle goes for half-time. So engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. Neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
Well, it has been confrontational, combative, competitive, everything you'd expect from Derby Day. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down.
Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Now it's Bernardo Silva. Rodri.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Manchester United come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, we're certainly going to see a change in personnel. We'll see if the system changes with it.
Bergkamp. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Now, try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Well, it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Robertson did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Big chance! He's scored! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
So the lead now is 2.
That has the feeling of a breath of fresh air, Peter, and now they can fill their lungs and just blow them away.
That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Stood up well to him there. And he's picked out the run. Jorginho. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. De Bruyne. Dunk makes the interception. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Now it's Bergkamp. Well timed, excellent interception. Jorginho. Now it's Son Heung-min. Timber. Timber, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. Bernardo Silva picks it up out wide. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Manchester United are beaten and they are out. Hello and welcome to everybody. It's an absolute thrill to welcome you to this day one clash. And no day, of course, engenders hope or optimism more than this one. Optimism which could dissipate at a rate most alarming or last all the way to the latter stages. We shall see. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And that gets things running. So, Jim, tell me this. Who are you looking for in particular here?
Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne. He's just one of the best strikers of the ball you'll ever see. And that applies just as much to his passing game as it does to his shooting prowess. He generally likes to keep things simple, taking as few touches as possible, but making every one of them count. I've got a feeling he's going to be a real handful for the opposition here.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities.
Well, he was given the...
De Bruyne with the foul. Oh, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Maguire. Some really good ball movement. Forlan. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. It's Bergkamp! He's got away with one there. Irwin. Adams. Gerrard. Now it's Torres. Irwin. He has found the way through. Delivered in.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
No goals as yet. Good chance here! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
That's great industry from the front line there. A lot of chasing, a lot of pressure, and they forced the error.
And it's made its way to him. That's been cut out. Well played. Bergkamp. Rice. That's a pretty loose pass. Jordan Henderson is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
That has ended up in no man's land. Bergkamp. Knocks it into space, and he's picked it up out wide, and it's played. Shot! Goal! Manchester United! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, that silenced the crowd, Peter. Item 1 on the to-do list. Done.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. No, not quite on the same wavelength. And it's Okazaki. Rice. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Fernando Torres. Now it's Forlan. He shifted it to the flank. Couldn't squeeze it through. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Some first half thoughts?
Haven't played that badly. Getting caught again on the counter-attack is unlikely. They're switched on to that, and still very much in this game.
Manchester United are 1-0 up at half-time, and it's all to play for. Here we go again. Manchester United carrying a 1-goal lead. Gerrard, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Irwin, great vision. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. He came in hard, very hard. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Can he get onto this? Oh, that's nice. Throw in. And that's definitely not his best. Manchester United just about have their noses in front. It is the slenderest of leads. He's found a way through. And again! Gabriel. And it's De Bruyne. Can he spark a counter here? And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him. Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again. Torres! Just off target.
Yeah, that's a decent try when you consider the range.
Robertson is looking to influence the game from out wide.
Look, they're prepared to be quite physical to contain any danger.
Real chance! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Manchester United given another corner. Corner number 2 then. And he's taking no chances there. Manchester United have the chance to go the other way. Now that's well seen too. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. And he's worked it through. Look at the space here. And the ball's come loose here.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Irwin cuts it out. And it's Okazaki. Well, that is one way to stop him. Now it's Forlan. Oh, good spread. Can he get on the end of this? Now it's Tonali. Oh, that's fabulous. Plenty to aim at here. And that has put paid to that. 5 minutes left on the clock.
Manchester United nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
Well timed, excellent interception. And that was very necessary. Now he's got space here. And that will be it. Manchester United have done it. The perfect outcome in this most pressured of games. So Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Manchester United can be really happy.
already palpable. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So it's down to business here. They appear to be shaping up in a 4-4-2 formation.
Well, the modern version of that is a lot more fluid and flexible than in bygone times. There's a much greater understanding of the need for players to cover forward running, and it enables risk-taking while the gaps are filled. I'm very much a fan of it. There are a lot of people who seem to have kind of ignored it and just put it to bed, but it still works. It's still valid.
He rises! Oh, not this time, but a lot of applause for the thought.
I think we can expect a few more of those now. Better timing was all that was required.
Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Raul. De Bruyne. Otto goes sliding in.
We're in the presence of goalkeeping greatness, a man with total command of his defence.
I say I wouldn't fancy going eyeball to eyeball with him.
No, I mean...
Oh, he's not played the ball, that's a foul. Oh, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Now, who's going to be first to this? Bastoni attempts a clearance. Lookman quietly revving up. Zanetti made a surge from fullback, as it turned out unsuccessfully. And here's Mbappe. And it's Xavi Alonso. Now this could be a chance.
Lookman really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Al Nassr finding their passes. Good take, and is he in? Dealt with nicely by the defence. Zanetti. Just coming up to the 30-minute mark. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
De Bruyne. Now it's Del Piero. And Del Piero! Oh, good effort, he got plenty on that.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
Nice defending, physical and effective. Chouameni did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. And it's Zanetti. Del Piero. Raul tries to play it through.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Now, can they get him away? And that has been cleared. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Now it's Eto'o. Cleared without complication. There's the whistle for half-time. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0. Here we go again then. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. De Bruyne, great vision. He's having a shot! Madrid have broken through. It's 1-0.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Zanetti. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Al Nassr do appear to have made a half-time change.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
Madrid needed that. They really needed it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Looking to play him in. Oh, it's come loose. Son Heung-min. Looking for options for movement. And it's made its way to him. Deftly away.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
And here's Del Piero.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Khan gets his hands on it and the danger is averted. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Looking for the run. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, can he finish? He has done it! And there's the goal they've been looking for. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Madrid are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
Messi, he is through here.
Oh, really well played.
Chance for a shot! It's anyone's ball now.
Well, they can at least make a fight of it. Even if it's just a goal, the lift it would give would be huge no matter what the end result is.
Zanetti, always on the lookout for any signs of danger. Otto calmly anticipates. Knocks it into space. Lovely pass, but... Oh, he's been caught on it here! And he's found a way past. Costa Curta gets rid without sophistication. That is good alertness.